folks, welcome back to a collective reading. Today I am using the Osho Zen Tarot, and I've laid your cards out in a Celtic cross formation. So your central theme is a really cool card. This is by the way, this is the mini version of these cards. If this looks super small. This is the Six of Fire. This is success. This is you on top of the world, feeling your success in some way or another. This might not be success that you broadcast to just everybody, and I'll tell you why in just a second. But the point is right now that the universe wants you to understand that you're in a successful point of your life, and that this isn't something that you should try to see any different way. I'll talk more about that in just a second, but this is a time to simply celebrate, to enjoy your successes, to feel the end of one particular era because you're about to start another one. But you need to relax and celebrate and think about, reflect, introspect on what happened in the stage in the past. You know, it's interesting. Six of Fire comes right after the Five of Fire, totality. In this particular scenario, these people need to be absolutely 100% focused on each other, on what they're doing as well as what their partners are doing, so that none of the acrobats fall. Recently, you've had to really zero in your complete and total attention in not just on what you're doing, but what on other people are doing as well, in order to pull something off, in order to accomplish something, possibly because the universe has asked you to work with those people, but possibly just because something needed to get done. And now you're in the stage where you should be feeling success. Okay? Should be. Now, this is where I keep coming back to this should be. This is your challenge card. This is suppression, and this particular figure is just about to crack apart after holding himself back for so long. Something's about to break apart. This is the 10 of Wands. In spite of the fact that you're in a successful situation, I don't know that you're able to see it that clearly, because right now I feel like you are really suppressing this. You're not letting people know about this particular success. And by the way, you're not acting on this success particularly. You're holding back on it for whatever reason that may be. It's not, it's a challenging spot to be in, but I don't know that this is entirely a bad thing. Being suppressed, being in a state of suppression, isn't healthy for the long term, because clearly something's about to burst forth. This is not a stagnant card by any means. Something's going to burst forth sometime, and that could be that people get to see your success. You don't get to hold it down anymore. You don't get to keep it private to yourself. People see it, and that might be something that you're not really looking forward to. You might be a very introverted person. You might be a very shy person, okay? Listen, I understand completely. And if you hear quite a bit of noise in the background, that means that a rainstorm just happened, okay? It's unusual in Texas. This is in your conscious position. This is why I'm kind of thinking that this suppression card isn't like the end of the world right now. Again, it's not a fantastic place to be, but for the moment, I don't know that you're meant to be broadcasting your successes to begin with. There may be something to that shyness, that introvertedness, that is actually of assistance to you right now. Because consciously, you're in a very harmonious place. This is the 10 of Water. This is someone who flows within themselves, who feels the oceans within themselves, and they're at complete peace. Their inner child shines forth. Everything is in balance, and that's you consciously, but subconsciously. I don't know that you're aware of how you've become your own master, your own guidance giver. You've become a torch bearer. This is someone I'm speaking to, a high priest, a high priestess, an empress, an emperor, a magician, someone who has been elevated because they chose to evolve themselves. You may not be aware of this particular energy, but the universe wants you to know that this is how it sees you, as someone who is growing into their very own master. Right now, you are your own private master, your own private high priestess, high priest. But later on, that's not always going to be the case. People are going to see you, they're going to hear you, they're going to watch you, they're going to listen to what it is that you have to say. This isn't going to be a permanent situation where you can just hold back the things that you've discovered for yourself. You're meant to be a spiritual master who leads others to their own spiritual mastery. This is a cool spot to be. And I feel like you're kind of a rare individual, okay? So very, very cool energy, let me just say. In your future, almost dropped it, you've got integration, integrating everything you've learned to elevate yourself into a whole new experience altogether. This is your future card. This is your outcome card. Okay, so it's Temperance and the Magician together. Once you've been through these experiences, you're able to integrate everything you've learned and become a truly powerful individual. But the Magician card with this particular deck is a little bit different from what the Rider-Waite-Smith has. In this particular case, power is in releasing self, releasing the things that keep us divided from others and seeing others as other, capital O, other, and not as stardust that we're a part of, that we're all a part of, so to speak. This is being able to see the universe just as an observer, not as you necessarily, but just being able to enjoy it for what it is, a complete state of mindfulness. You kind of vanish in a state of ego death, if you will. It's an extremely powerful experience that you're headed towards, and currently you're in the middle of an extremely powerful experience. I feel like you are in a state of great expansion at this particular point, and that you're just getting started with the very deep expansion stage. This is a time for you to kind of hold on tight, in a sense, but be aware that holding on tight is not something that the universe doesn't really want you to do. They want you to kind of unleash yourself in the kind of sense where your inner child kind of gets to take control at this particular point, okay? So what's interesting, what my camera may not show very well, is that there's a sleepy camel in that gray, cloudy area right there. But out of the sleepy gray camel comes a roaring lion who is much more reactive, but out of the lion is coming an inner child that responds to the environment and just enjoys it, doesn't attack it, isn't sleepy, is a combination of both, gets to enjoy it, but also gets to rest, relax, and play in it too. That's your advice card, okay? To rebirth yourself after all you've been through. Integrate what you've learned through all your life experiences and come into a kind of state of enlightenment. Ego death, if you will. Okay, it's going to be a little bit, the name's going to be a little bit different for everybody depending on their belief system. This is your current environment. You're not letting people see you for who you really are. It may not be that you feel particularly safe right now. Again, that introverted, shy nature may be quite protective right now for good reason. It's not possible right now to really, it's not time yet to really roll yourself out there and talk to people about the things that you've discussed. So right now, this is you just kind of letting people see you for what they want to see you as and not for who you truly are. I feel like you're someone who is in harmony with yourself enough that it doesn't bother you too much how people see you, how people perceive you. You're at peace with yourself. You've got some really cool stuff that you're keeping to yourself for the moment. And people can see you however the hell they want. Live and let live, right? Move on with your day. Kind of a cool attitude to take. I feel like you're a really cool person. This is in your hopes and your fears. I feel like you're afraid of slowing down, but the universe is really indicating that you need to slow down quite a bit. This is the Page of Rainbows. Wait. Is that the Knight? I think that's the Knight of Rainbows. I'm sorry. This is about exploration, so I guess in this particular case, this is about slowly exploring your new environment. So while you're increasing your success, be slow and careful and deliberate and enjoy the journey along the way. This is one of those cases where it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Enjoying the journey is going to bring you, like enjoying the journey, simply existing in the world and enjoying it for what it is going to help you slow down in such a way that you acquire even more knowledge that's helpful to you and helpful to the people that you'll probably be talking to sometime in the near-ish future, depending on what the universe, what spirit, what your ancestors and deities have in mind for you. This is a pretty unique time for you, and this isn't something that just everybody is going through. You are special. You are unique. You've been placed on this earth for this particular high priest, high priestess role, because you're meant to do something during this Pluto in Aquarius season. Please keep that in mind. Please take a look and see where Aquarius lands in your astrological natal chart, ideally your whole sign astrological natal chart, and see what planets or what house even it could be affecting. There don't have to be any planets for Aquarius to affect the house. Right? Let's say Aquarius is sitting in your 11th house. That's its home house, by the way. So it's going to be doing some pretty disruptive things with the people that you're connected with like friends, acquaintances, people who might be watching you through social media. This is going to be pretty transformative for you, and taking a look at the stars and what they have to say might be very helpful for you at this time. Okay. This was a cool reading. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and thank you for watching to the end. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.